Hello everyone, it's Dawn here from Dawn's Inspirations. Today I wanted to share with you a one bag wallet mini album. These are the bags I'm using. One of my followers, Maria from the States, sent me a lovely parcel with these in, because here in the UK we can't get hold of these paper sacks for crafting or for even food. So, you know, we had to improvise. So it's lovely that she sent me, and I've really enjoyed playing with these. I've made several mini albums now, and as you'll see, I'll put them all on one playlist and then you can see them all there. But this is a one bag, so I've just literally used one of these bags. This is I'll do it in inches, 4.7 inch by 2.8 inch by 8.9 inch. And I've just used the craft one here. Okay, so that's the sack that I've used, and this is the wallet, mini wallet. I've done this on the back of my mini brag book that's been very popular with you all in the past. So this is a one bag little wallet, so it's a nice thin wallet. I think it's ideal to keep in your handbag or your purse to show some pictures of an event that you've got, or to group some pictures together. Great to give away as a gift if you've had people around for a nice barbecue or something. You know, you could add your photographs and pass it on as a little gift afterwards. So I think it's lovely, really. So as I say, I've used it one sheet of 12x12 craft cardstock and one of the paper sacks from the packet here. So it opens up, so as you can see, there's plenty of big spaces for your 6x4 pictures, which I think is great. So you can pop those there, and then in here we've got two photo mats, so plenty of space there again for photographs. So there's two here, nice big mats as well. Okay, they just slot in there. This then opens up, so you can put more little photographs on here, and then another big photo mat here. So it's a great little mini. I've really enjoyed doing it, and as I say, it's just made out of one of the paper sacks and a sheet of 12x12 cardstock. So I'll go ahead and show you how we've made this. Okay, I've kept this quite plain. I haven't put any photographs in at the moment because I just wanted to share it with you, but we'll go ahead and make one. So as I say, we're just using one of the paper sacks, and already I've trimmed the end off. If you look at the paper sacks when you get them, I'll just take one out, you get this jaggedy edge on. Well, I didn't want that on there, so I've gone ahead and I've cut the end off, and I've cut this down so the length of it is 8 3/4 inches. Let me just bring that in camera shot. That's not quite in camera shot there, sorry people. Let's just move the camera. There we go, that's a bit better. So I've cut that down to 8 3/4 inches. Okay, so I'll put all the measurements for making this on my website as normal, so I'll put the link to my website at the bottom of the video, and then you can go there to learn how to make it. So I've cut that down, and now with the thick end of your bag, I'm going to slot this to one end. Now, I know a lot of my ladies in the UK are going to say, we can't make this because we can't get hold of the paper sacks, and I know you can't, and even I've tried, lots of suppliers and online retailers. But at the end of this video, I will show you how to make one with a mushroom bag that I just picked up from the supermarket. So do hang on, and I will show you how to make one with one of those sacks as well. So I've scored that at 6.5 inches. And now I'm just going to fold this over and give that a good burnish. Now also I like to, with these paper sacks, is just go around as well and burnish your lines with your bone folder. Okay, just so you've got some nice crisp lines to be working on. Now, as you know, my follower Maria, she's posted me these from the States, and she also posted me some 6x4, well, they were just over 6x4, they were 6.5 I think before, 6.5 by 4.5, sorry, pattern papers, and they came from Die Cuts with a View, and it was the Paper Pets stack, and she sent me a load of these, I've used the dog ones to make a mini album, which you may have seen in this playlist already. If not, it will be coming. So there's plenty of albums I've made. So I've actually made 2 albums out of all the papers you sent. And this time I'm going to make one using the cat papers. Okay, so I've got it all cut out ready. As I say, all the measurements will be on my website. But I'll show you how to make the album, put all this together. I've cut 2 pieces of craft card, and these are cut 7 3/8. Excuse me, I'll start again. 5 7/8 by 5 1/2, and they're both exactly identical, and we're going to score these as well. So I'll just move my bag to one side. Now I'm wanting, so I need the 7 and I keep going 7. I need the 5 7/8. It is along the top, but what I need to do is twizzle it round, so I've got the 5 1/2 inches along the top. So with your 5 1/2 inches along the top, I want you to score at 1 inch and 1 1/8 of an inch. So you're just making a tiny little gusset. Now I'm using a new scoreboard here and score tool from Stampin' Up, and I find when I use this I'm not having to double score either. So just to let you know, because I know a lot of you say I like to double score, which I do, but with this scoreboard and this tool I find I don't need to. So I'm just going to do that. So I've done that on both of those. So on the 5 1/2 inch side, do your 2 score lines. Bring the board back in, and we'll just burnish those folds over. As I say, this is a lovely quick mini to put together to make. So it's great as a little gift or keep for yourself. So it's perfect. So this one is going to be the cat one. I don't have any pets, unfortunately, so I will have to pass this on to somebody that has. I'm going to use my corner rounder. I'm just going to corner round those ends. Okay, that one there, I'm not very happy with that one. My machine needs emptying, that's that. And then we're going to attach this to the bag. Now if you look at the bag, you've got a gusset in these bags. Okay, so we're going to glue the top of this into the top gusset. Now obviously, because we have this diamond shape, I don't know whether you can quite see that on camera there, that's not going to fit into there, so I'm going to need to snip some of this away so it fits in. So I'm just going to go at a mitre, and then when I glue that in, that will slot in there to cause my flap. Okay, so I'm going to do that on both of those. Just make sure you do your mitre in the right end, and you only need to go up to the first score line. So take those bits out of the way, and then we're going to get this glued and stuck in. I'm using my Kal-El glue as usual, because I love this. I have been in touch with Crafters Companion, and they are expecting a shipment in on their .com website this week. So we're now near the end of July, so keep your eyes peeled every day. I have put notice of this on my Facebook page. So I've just slotted that in there, and then you have this extra bit, and I'm just going to put a blob of glue in there because I'm going to seal this all shut. So I put a good blob of glue in there as well. So this is going to the first score line, and then you've got the second score line, and that's making a little bit of gusset. So when we've got it all held together, it's not all, it's as you can see, when you've got it all held together, it's not bulging, it just sits nicely, okay, because you've made that little bit of a gusset. Okay, now I've only obviously added one photo mat for each of the pockets. If you wanted to go ahead and add more photo mats to the pockets, that's not a problem at all. What I would suggest if you're going to do that is widen your gussets so you get a nice finish to your product, to your project. Okay, so we're going to slot this one in the bottom here too. Let's make sure that lines up nicely with that. And I'm going to open it up and put a blob of glue on that bit there, that's that waste bit. Just slide that in, get it all lined up how I want it. That's perfect. Give this a good burnish down. That's seeped a bit more glue out there. So that will come up and then that will go down. And then I'm going to do a magnet closure on there. Okay. So we go ahead now and add our papers. I've already pre-cut these papers, and I will leave the measurements for the bag that I'm using on my website. Now obviously you ladies might have got hold of some bags that are different sizes, and that is not a problem at all. You can still make this project, but you will just have to adjust the measurements of your paper. Okay, because of course it's very hard for me to do measurements for every single paper bag that's going in the States when I can't even get them over here in the UK. So you know, you'll just have to adjust them. But as you can see, as I start to add the papers to this, I've left 1/8 of an inch just round the edge, just so you see the craft, because I think this paper collection, this Cats and Dogs one, Pets, goes very well with craft. Okay, now while I'm laying it like this way, this is going to be my top. Okay, so that's the outside top, so it's got lots of cats on there. Let me just check my measurements. Okay, yeah, because I've pre-cut all this the other day ahead of filming, just to make it quicker for you. You don't want to see me cutting loads of bits of paper up, if we can help it. I'm going to stick that on there. And then I need to put a magnet on that one. So let me just bring my magnets in before I get carried away and start sticking the rest of the paper down. As a lot of you have been following me already, you might have already have the link to the magnets, already have your craft magnets. I'm being very sticky here. So all well and good. If not, I will put the link as well on my website for the magnets. These are magnets that I get in the UK. But obviously, you know, you can get hold of magnets anywhere in the world. You can, you know, get hold of them on eBay and things like that, so do not worry. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the magnet on here first. Now, they're very thin magnets that I'm using. These are 10mm and their thickness is 1mm, so they're, you know, really nice, great for crafting. I'm just eyeballing the centre there. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that looks about centre to me, so that's fine. I'm just going to put a thicker bit of double-sided tape just over that, just so when the paper's attached it won't tear the paper. And then to find where the other one's going to go, so that will find itself. And then if I stick a tiny bit of double-sided, now you can buy adhesive magnets. Where I buy these from, I can buy adhesive ones, but you pay a bit more for them. So personally, I'm quite happy to go ahead with my sticky tape with them. So I'm not too bothered about having adhesive ones. That's found its space. So again, I'll stick a piece of the double-sided tape just round there, and then I can go ahead and start building up the rest of these pages. So I'm going to take my double-sided tape off here, or the backing of my double-sided tapes. The double-sided tapes there. Put the Calal glue all the way around. Now in my wallet project, I haven't put any pockets on the inside, purely because I wanted to keep it quite thin, and I think with the photo mats that are inside there's quite a lot going on already. Again, if you wanted to add pockets to these to add extra photo mats, all well and good, and it's great that you're all getting involved and doing your own thing, which I think is perfect. That's really good, but bear in mind, if you're going to do that, you might need to make the gusset wider on your flaps, just so it sits nicely as a finished project. So there again, these are little things that you can add. So, and I'm just giving you the basics, and it's nice that you all go away and have a go at doing these things and adding your own twists on them. It's lovely. And if you do make any of my projects, please do come over to my Facebook page and share photos of what you made, because I love to see what you've done. Plus my other followers like to see what people do, and they leave some lovely comments. They're a really friendly bunch of crafters, so do feel free to join me on my Facebook page. You find out all what's going on. People share their projects they've made and ideas. We also share if we've seen things on at a special offer, like if I've found places that are doing the glue on or things like that. People share all these ideas, so it's a great way of you know, finding out lots of information. As I say, I've cut a lot of this out ahead of time to save, but I'm just going ahead now and I'm just sticking out these pattern papers on the project. Okay, so I will put the sizes down. As I said, I've not used big 12x12 sheets for this. This was some pattern paper that was sent to me, and it was 6.5 by 4.5. So, you know, it doesn't have to be big sheets, so you could use scraps out of your crafty stash. That is not a problem. I've got a bit sticking up there. I'll just get my thin nozzle one. That's not wanting to play ball. And then what I'll do here is I open this up. Now I haven't stuck this down yet to make the pocket, and the reason I haven't is I want to go ahead and stick that in there first, and then I'll stick that down to make the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead. Now again, I haven't gone, as you'll see, right in. I've just done enough just to cover the top of that pocket. What's the point of putting pattern paper down here if you're not going to see it's going to be inside a pocket? I don't like to waste paper, so you know, just be a bit frugal with some of your papers. I am. I'm thinking of ways that I can do projects and get the most out of what I've got as well. So I mean, with this pattern paper that I got sent, I've made 2 albums, and I've used all the scraps, as I will show you in a moment. Let me just turn that around the right way. See, I wanted the patterns all to match, so I'd had that round the wrong way. That's not a problem. That Calal glue. And then with my thin nozzled Calal, this is just in a fine tip thin nozzle, I'm just going to do a very thin blob of glue. I could use double-sided tape as well, not a problem. It's personal choice entirely. Okay, put a little bit more on that end there, and I'll stick that down. I've got a little bit seeping out there, but I can rub that away. So as you can see, it's very quickly coming together. So if you go over to my website and cut your pattern papers out ahead of time, you can see quite quickly how this project comes together. Now I've gone ahead already and made my photo mats for this. As I say, I've been very frugal. By the end of this, I didn't have enough pattern paper to do my last photo mat. So what I did, I got a piece of card, and all the strips and scraps I had, I've stuck those down in lines, and then I've shaped it round. I've used the reverse corner punch, and then with my Sharpie pen I've just drawn some little paws, just with some circles, so it's very easy and quick to do. So it just shows you, out of this last few scraps of paper that I had, I've managed to still put a mat of paper. So that one, no, it doesn't go in there, it goes in. No, it's not that one to go in there, that's the bigger one. That one goes in there, and then this one will go in here, because as you see, when you open this up, you've got two, technically it is one big pocket, but you could use it as two pockets. So you've got lots of photo mats going on there. So the way I did the paws, I'll just show on a scrap of paper. I just got my Sharpie pen, I just did a round blob and then 3 little blob to make footprints, little paw prints. Okay, so very quick and easy to do. So that's all now together, ready, waiting for the photograph. So a very quick project to do, and that's a nice little cat album, mini album. It's got the magnetic closure. Okay, so lots of spaces. My sister's got a lovely white cat, so I might even fill this with photographs for her, and then she can put the photos on of her cat called Tosh. So I can put that in there. So lots of photo mats, as I say, just using all the scraps that I had left at the end. So that is my one bag wallet mini album, which I'm really pleased with. Now, my UK ladies obviously can't get hold of these bags, so I'm going to show you quickly how to make one with a supermarket mushroom bag. This is just a supermarket mushroom bag. It has the gusset, but it doesn't have a flat bottom, but that is not a problem for this project. So we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to cut this down to 8 3/4. I'm just hoping on my camera shot there. I brought the camera right down so you can actually see what I'm doing with this project. So I'm going to cut that down to 8 3/4. So on this bag I'm cutting a lot more off. It's not a problem. And again, every supermarket bag will be different, so not a problem if you have to cut more off. Then we're going to go ahead and do a fold at the score line at 6 inches. So I've got the joined up end of the bag this end, and then I'm just going to go all the way down and do a score line. I'm going to fold this over to get a nice burnish. Now the problem obviously with supermarket bags is you do have writing on them, but we are covering them with pattern paper, and you can also ink your edges. So please do not panic about things like that. So that's that fold. Okay. Right, I've got my 2 pieces of card that we've cut. Now you're probably thinking already I haven't got the pocket for here, but we can make a pocket for there, so do not panic again at this stage. So let's get these ones then scored. So we need to go along to 5 1/2, and we need to score these at 1 inch and 1/8 of an inch, and again at 1 inch and 1/8 of an inch. So it's exactly the same as before. I'm just doing this because I don't want my UK ladies to feel left out, or also anybody, because I do have subscribers from all over the world. If you can't get hold of the bags, you can still join in. I mean, another place that you can get them is if you go for a prescription at the doctor's, the chemist. You know, a lot of stores actually use bags like that for giving away goods when you buy them. And often if you find a bag or shop like that, as I've said before, go in and say, can I buy a couple of the bags off you, and put a donation in their charity box or pay for them. So again, we're going to fit this in the top. Obviously these bags aren't as thick, so I'm very wary of that. I've got a gusset there, but I think this time it's going to work out alright. Let me just slide this in. Yes, I don't need to cut any gusset down on that one, so that's absolutely perfect. So round the corners ready. Now I'm not doing any inking on this project at all. There again, it's personal choice. I found with the paper collection I was using, it didn't need any inking. Obviously with this I probably would, because it's got the writing. So I'll probably use a bit of black soot just to ink around the edges to disguise the fact that there's bits of writing on there. But as we put the project together, you can decide how best you want to do that. So I'm just going to slide that in just up to that first score line and press that down. Okay, and then do the same with the other one. So as you can see, it's all coming together. Put this one in here, open that up. Now I know some of you ladies have got hold of the big paper bags with the handles, what I call store bags. You put gifts in, like gift bags with handles. You can still use those for this. You will just have a bigger mini album, which some people might prefer because you can put 6x4 photographs quite easily in there. So as you can see, it's all starting to come together. Okay, that's going to be for my photo mats there. Now I haven't got a pocket on this side, but that is not a problem. We can make one for that side, and I'm going to show you how we're going to make one. Get my ruler. So I'm just going to do a quick measurement. So let's bring that in at 4 3/4. So let me just bring my and find a bit of cardstock. So 4 3/4. And what measurement's that? That's coming in at, that's fine. This is just a scrap of what I've had left from making the projects. So I've done the 4 3/4, which is the height of the bag, but being a scrap, this is coming in at 3 1/4. But I am going to now score this at let's go 3/4 of an inch. No, I think we'll go 1/2 inch. I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch. Okay. We're going to bring in some red double-sided tape for that as well. So I'm just going to fold that over. Okay, so I've made a little flap, and then I'm just going to slightly miter these sides because it looks a bit neater when it's done. And for this I'm going to add a piece of the red line double-sided tape just because it's a bit stronger. So I'm just going to stick that along there. And then we're going to add this to make an extra pocket. Okay, so crisis averted. You could just have it with your 2 flap ones if you wished. There again, personal preference. So it's just about working out what you can make with what you can get hold of. And when you can't always get hold of what I've got, this is where we have to improvise. But by adding this extra little flap here, it will help to sturdy the project up. So let me just bring in my papers that I've got to put on here. So I've already pre-cut some of these papers out ready. That one's a bit too big, I can cut that down. And then I need another piece on that side there. So I need a piece measuring 2 and 1 by, right. So this is where I'm now going off the hoof just to see what I've got. Let me just see what that is. I don't think that's going to fit. That's out my scratch. Nope, that's not going to fit. I've got a big enough piece there with the butterflies on. No, I haven't. Let's see what we've got. That will have the butterflies around the wrong way, which I don't really want either. But I could use this pattern piece, so I might just use that just to show you for purposes. So I could put that piece there and that piece on there. Bring that one down on there. So that's going to be 4 and 6, 8. Now I'm not going to put measurements for this bag mini on my website, because obviously every supermarket bag is going to be a totally different size, but as you can see by watching this video, you're going to get an idea of how to do your measuring, because I'm doing it along there with you. Okay, so let's just pop that to one side now. We can start now building this up. So as I said, if this was my project and I couldn't get hold of pattern bags, you see there, you can't see the writing, so I'm quite happy with that. So we'll go ahead and get that stuck down. So I'm going to slide that into place, and then I'm going to do my gluing down here. I could use double-sided tape, as I say, personal preference, but I'm just using glue today. So I'm just going to put that over there to make the pocket. So we've improvised, we've made a pocket. And then I think I have this way round, so I'm just going to round the corners on that to make it look nice. Crack some glue on there. The Calal glue as well will also help to strengthen your project up. I know a lot of you can't get hold of it. I have been on to Crafters Companion, and as I say, that needs trimming down, and as I say, they are getting it back into stock on their .com site, but it's not there just yet. PVA works just as well, a bit messier, and obviously doesn't rub away if you get it where you don't want it, but you know, there are other glues on the market, and I'm sure with all you different ladies from all around the world, you have got your favourite glues of choice. So I'm just going to stick that on there, and see, that's just hiding those words. You can't really see them, but if your bag has got words on it, you can then cover it up. This side's going to be a bit harder. I would probably go along with my distress marker, distressing, but as I haven't got it available at the moment, what I'm going to do is just use my Sharpie. So I'm just going to cover in those words, and because I'm using a monotone paper collection here, it won't notice. So I'll just round those corners off. Some glue on. See, it doesn't really notice at all with that little strip of black. Okay, so that's that inside bit done. So need to put some on the back now, so I'm going to lay it flat like this to do the back. I cut out some paper already. I'm not going to corner the edges on the back here, so just put some glue on there. Just wanting to do this so everybody can be included and make one. So great thing to use your scraps of paper. Go through your box where you keep all the scraps of paper and collections that you've got left. Go through there and pick out some all of the same colour or all the same colour range, and have a go at making some of these little mini albums, because it's a great way of using them up. I'm going to use this one on my front, so I'm just going to trim that off to bring that in there. So just cut that down. I'm going to round the corners on there, and then we can put some glue on here. Okay, put that on there. Now I can't attach the magnets on this project because unfortunately I've run out of magnets, so I'm waiting for the courier to turn up with them. They should be here today or tomorrow, so not long to wait. So I'm going to start putting this together, but I haven't actually got the magnets, so let me just attach this to here. Now I'm not going to glue that as I haven't got my magnets, because I don't want to spoil this, because it's all starting to come together. So I'm just going to use some double-sided tape there, because I will add my magnet there, because that will go under there with the magnet there. So this pattern paper needs to go on here, so just I'll attach this with some sticky double-sideds. I can remove it when my magnets have arrived and get it stuck down properly. And then for inside here I can just go ahead and stick this down. So it's just showing you very quickly, it's not taken any time at all, as you can see. Very quick project to do. So if you want to pop over to my website, you'll see the measurements of the paper and where to score your bag. That is if you're using the bags that I've used. So that's another one. That's just using a normal supermarket mushroom bag. So I've got the magnet to attach yet, but actually it's laying flat quite nicely. So it just shows you can do it with a supermarket bag that you can get hold of. I've still got 2 gussets in here, exactly the same as the other bag, so I can add 2 photo mats. So the only thing I need to now add to this is my photo mats. If I slip the photo mats out of this one, just to show you, see, they will go in there quite easily. And the third one, so they fit in there quite easily, and then that shows that you can make it with a normal supermarket bag. So that's my one bag mini album wallet. So as you can see, very quick to do. I've made 2 there with you. The only thing I haven't done is the photo mats for this second one, but a very quick project. And thank you again to Maria, who sent me the paper collection. So this is the cat one that we did. So she sent the paper collection through for me. So lots of photo mats, lots of places to put big photos as well. So I hope you like it. If you want the measurements of how to do it using the paper bag that I got, if you've managed to get hold of those, they'll be on my website. But I'll also put the measurements there, because even if you use the supermarket bags, if you cut them down to the same length, you've just got to adjust your mats for the height, depending on the height of your bags. So I'm Dawn from Dawn's Inspirations. Please have a go at the one bag wallet, because I think it's a beautiful quick gift. Great to do, great for teachers' gifts for end of term, which is coming up here in the UK now. So I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you do make some, please leave me some pictures on my Facebook page. I would love to see what you've been making. So do hunt me out on Facebook if you haven't already, because it is great to share the projects that you've been making. So I'm Dawn from Dawn's Inspirations, and this is the One Bag Wallet. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.